There you are. This is the Johnny Cash hymn that he sung towards the end of his life. Johnny, you were repentant, weren't you? We hope you're up in heaven. And your lovely wife, Joan Carter Cash as well. You gave great joy to us when you were here on earth, Johnny and Joan. And I hope you're giving joy up in heaven also. So we'll sing this song, Johnny, in your memory. This hymn. Were you there when the crucified my Lord? Were you there when the crucified my Lord? Sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when the crucified my Lord? Were you there when they nailed him to the cross? Were you there when they nailed him to the cross? Sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when they nailed him to the cross? Were you there when they took him down from the cross? Were you there when they took him down from the cross? Sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when they took him down from the cross? Were you there when they laid him in the tomb? Were you there when they laid him in the tomb? Sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when they laid him in the tomb? Were you there when the stone was rolled away? Were you there when the stone was rolled away? Sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when the stone was rolled away? Well, you weren't, because the soldiers was there. Every alternate day I changed a little ditty. So now I'll talk about soldiers. When that stone was rolled away from the tomb, blocking the tomb. And the reason they were there was in case the apostles come and took Jesus away and made out he rose from the dead. The idea of them doing that is just about as idiotic as you can think. But in any event, when that stone was moved away of its own accord from heaven, the angels, they went as white as sheets and ran like jackrabbits. And Caiaphas saw to me, says, "What are you doing here? Go back and mind that tomb. That's what we're paying you for." "Oh no, we're not going back to mind that tomb." That stone was moved away from heaven by a force. It gave us a terrible fright. You go and mind the tomb, Caiaphas, and your frauds, your friends, your cronies. "Oh no, no, I don't think we will now. We don't do that type of thing now. We better reward you for your trouble, the 30 pieces of silver." But it didn't work because we know all about it, don't we? And on Easter Sunday, Mary Magdalene and a few ladies, they were very good, weren't they? They were going to anoint Jesus in the tomb. And they were saying as they were marching along, going, "I wonder how we'll be able to move that stone. We don't know how we're going to do it." But as they come near the tomb, they saw that the stone wasn't there, it was rolled away. There's no sign of soldiers because they knew they were guarding the tomb in case the apostle did that. We hear the lick of it. So Mary went in and came out crying. She said, "He's not there. His clothes is there, all right. What have they done with him? Where have they taken him so they can go back and bring him back in?" And she was shedding crying, and so then the women was at the same racket. But there was a man there, seemed to be a gardener or something, and he says to Mary, "Mary," oh, he knew her name was Jesus, "go and tell the apostle what you saw." "Oh, certainly will," says Mary. "And we'll go too," says the women. Off they went. In the meantime, there was two disciples walking to Emmaus, a small village 6 miles from Jerusalem, as sad as you like, their faces nearly down to the floor. And a stranger joined him and he said, "What's wrong with you? Did you see a ghost or something?" "No, well, we saw no ghost." "Are you the only one that doesn't know what happened?" "What happened?" says the stranger. "Our Saviour Jesus had to been crucified. What are we going to do? He was our Redeemer. Who's going to guide us? We're lost." And the stranger joined him on the walk and told him about the scriptures, and their humour improved, and they had a certain joy or something. They felt like whistling, but they didn't whistle. They said, "Is that so?" now and again. And it was getting dark, and the stranger was going, like he was continuing on. And they said, "Hold on there out with that. It's getting late. We're after enjoying your company. Come and join us and have a bite to eat, and stay the night and continue your journey in the morning." "All right," to say, "I'll go and join you." Off he went. And when they were dining, the breaking of the bread, they recognised Jesus. "Oh, be the hubby," and he disappeared. Well, they looked at one another as happy as Larry. "What do you make of that? He was with us all along with Jesus." No wonder our whole humour improved with the way he was speaking about the scriptures and all. Oh, what a gift. We're blessed. Do you know what we'll do? We'll march back, we'll go back down this moonlight night to Jerusalem, to the upper room. We'll have a hard job getting them to open the door, but we'll make sure they do open the door to give them the good news. And off they went in the moonlight night, whistling and singing their hymns, or singing whatever kind of ones they were singing. It wasn't there. We called them Jack and Joe. And it was the rattle on that door, something fierce, and shouted, "It's us, Jack and Joe, the disciples." So the apostles opened the locks. They were afraid they shattered the apostles. In they come and told them the good news. Did they believe them? Did they believe Mary Magdalene? I'm afraid not. And when Jesus appeared to them and showed them the wounds inflicted on his hands and feet, he started to give out to them and says, "I sent you messengers. Wouldn't you believe them?" "Oh, we're very sorry. We didn't know what to think." And Peter and John went to the tomb and saw you weren't there. Your clothes was there, and John realised that you had risen from the dead, but we had no way of knowing nothing. "Well, I sent you Mary and the two disciples, Jack and Joe. Who you didn't believe them?" "Oh, we're very sorry. Forgive us." So we did. And then Thomas wouldn't believe. He wasn't there. But they told him the good news and they gave out. They gave out to Thomas. They felt like wringing his neck. And Thomas was there about 8 days later when Jesus appeared again. Jesus said to Thomas, "Put your hands here." Pointing to his wounds, and Thomas did what Jesus asked him and fell to his knees, saying, "My Lord and my God," ashamed of his life that he didn't believe. And Jesus looked kindly at him and said, "Thomas, you believe because you've seen. Blessed are those that haven't seen and yet believe." And that's Catholics down the centuries to the present day. We believe and shed many a tear when we contemplate the passion and death of our Saviour and the cruelty inflicted on him. So there we are. That's that little story. Now we'll change the thing tomorrow when we're doing this little business about Johnny Cash's hymn. In praise of Jesus. Good man, Johnny. I hope you're up in heaven and your lovely wife, Joan, and resting in peace. Yeah. So bye now for now. And I'll be doing the daily reflection now shortly.